Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. It's markets in the morning. Let's go. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is the blockchain backer bringing you the latest cryptocurrency news and analysis. Welcome to Markets in the Morning. Today is Friday, May 26, 2023. Markets in the Morning, where we take a look at the cryptocurrency market, the stock market, gold, metals, yields, news, everything, as we get ready for the stock market to open here in 2 minutes. With it being Friday, being the last day of the week, this is the last day that the stock market will be open for the week. So we'll take a look around and see what is going on in the markets today. So there's some rumors swirling out there that a friendly handshake deal has been done on the debt ceiling. So we're supposed to trust that a bunch of politicians have done a handshake deal. The group of people who are the most notorious to stab each other in the back and betray each other have shooken hands on a deal. We'll see about that. I highly doubt it. I shared something on Twitter yesterday that, let me see if I can find it really quick. I'll read it to you real fast. It was by Jim Bianco, Core Research, pretty smart dude, saying there's probably more time than June 1st than what the Treasury is letting on to believe that the debt ceiling comes to a screeching halt there on June 1st. I think I even saw something like JP Morgan put out a week or two ago saying that they had until like the 8th or the 9th before things really actually got exhausted, and that seems to be the consensus everywhere, but just that the Treasury is putting a lot of pressure to say June 1st. So, you know, that's still going to be the headline. And at this point, I think we're kind of getting to a point where just don't be surprised. You know, that deadline is set to be, let's say, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 31, like Tuesday, right? If I can, how about I just look at a calendar, make life, Thursday. Thursday is the day of the apparent deadline for the debt ceiling. So, yeah, we'll see about that. Just don't be surprised if it runs past that based on the things I'm seeing from people running and crunching numbers. Looking over here at the cryptocurrency market, we'll dive into stuff as the stock market's set to open right about now. Is that we have the stock market up slightly. We have cryptocurrencies up slightly, you know, kind of a mixed bag in here. But for the most part, most of the market's in the green. The altcoin market's up about 0.4%. Bitcoin nearly flat. It's up $3 this morning as it still sits here at 26,496 to start the day off. Not a whole lot of change, you know, in technical terms. We're still just holding those lows that were set back there on May 12th while we have broken through the 100-day moving average. We're still just kind of sitting here chilling right now, waiting for some more price action to actually emerge here on the price chart. So still waiting on Bitcoin to give us something to go on in there. As for XRP, it's just a little bit of a pop overnight, getting back to, you know, where it was. No new highs, anything like that being set in here. Let's see if that's like a retracement. Let's see. Can we all guess? I haven't measured it. Do you think it's a 702? My eyes say it's a 702. My eyes say it might even be 786. Let's take a look. 786. So there you go. 786 fib retracement happened right in there based on that high that was set last Friday. So 6 days down, 1 day of retracing right back in there. We'll see what happens there with XRP throughout the next couple of days through the weekend. Like I've talked about, the real eye here is just right up there about 48, 49 cents, seeing if there's some bigger resistance up there, if we even get that high. I'm not going to go too deep into XRP today. We pretty much spend every day doing that, and I did a video on XRP yesterday. As for the stock market, let's take a look at it. It just opened right now. So we see that the Dow Jones Industrial Average is up about 70 points. It's about 0.21%. The S&P is up 9 points. Same thing, about 0.22%. And then the NASDAQ up about 0.37%. 52 points. So big leaders of the day, Ford, Amazon, Caterpillar, Coinbase are up at the top, but that can change very, very quickly. We all know it. Gold still, like we talked about yesterday, right? So we spent, what did we spend? October through January working back to that 702, pulled back from it, broke through it, got near the all-time high. Boom, now we're back at it. This is where the weekly low has been so far this week. Price is still stabilizing on top of that level right now. We'll see if that continues to the end of the day. So the gold market actually closes about an hour after the stock market closes. So this runs a little bit later. You can see there's 7 hours and 26 minutes remaining left on gold, whereas on the Dow daily, 6 hours and 26 minutes. So you get 1 more hour in the metals market than we do over there in the stock market. As for yields, yields are up. So let me just talk on this real quick because we've been paying attention over here to yields a bit, saying the short duration treasury yields have showed concern in regards to the debt ceiling happening. And there's all these rumors in Twitter spaces today that a handshake deal has been done on the debt ceiling. You would think the bond market or the treasury market would tell us first, or the treasury market would give us a clue that that was true. The treasury market doesn't seem to have any faith in that. So just so we all know, that will be the rumor today. I believe that's even going to be over here on the front page of Bloomberg. The emerging debt deal would raise the limit and cap spending for 2 years. So there's the rumors floating around, but we're not seeing that the treasury market, like people are buying treasuries and saying, yeah, okay, sure, that we have confidence that the treasury is going to pay those, sure, no problem. It doesn't appear that way. So just careful with the YOLO excitement on that. But stock market's definitely off to a good start this morning. I believe we were negative earlier this morning, maybe about an hour or two ago. About 2 hours ago, we were actually negative. So now you can see the Dow, it's up 130 points, 0.4%. NASDAQ up 61 points, 0.44%. And the S&P up 13 points, 0.33%. So getting a decent little pop there with Ford. So Ford, if you didn't hear that, the CEO of Ford and Elon Musk held a Twitter space yesterday. I didn't have an opportunity to catch it, the whole thing. I caught it very briefly. I caught maybe 3 minutes of it. Sounds like they're kind of partnering a little bit to be able to both be able to use the same charging stations wherever you go. So plug in a Tesla, you can also plug in a Ford there as well. So, all right. Crypto, though, as we get the day started, looks like we're flipping a little bit more green as the stock market has gotten itself open. Bitcoin now above 26,500. Altcoin market up 0.5%. XRP 46.5 cents. And that's really what's going on in markets. You got crypto green, nothing crazy green, no breakout greens. Still just ranging kind of green. Stock market trying to kind of recover some of the rough week that it's had. Let's take a look at that weekly candle. Pretty rough week that it's been here for the Dow. So I doubt that's the same for the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ has had a killer week with last week being a breakout above those March highs and this week being a continuation of last week. So definitely a different story over there for the NASDAQ versus the Dow Jones Industrial Average. But we'll see how the Dow can finish out the week. Just gold pulling back. It's just been nice to see that. As you can see, we're seeing the NASDAQ do well. But was an element that we were definitely cheering for. This was getting very uncomfortable up here near the all-time high. And I get it. There's a lot of gold bug fans out there. I'm a gold bug fan myself. But I'm also I'd rather see the economy doing well, the stock market doing well, cryptocurrencies doing well, than live in a world where gold is flying to the upside, because history has always showed not good times for equity markets, and that would translate to not good times for the cryptocurrency market if gold is rocking and rolling. If it rocks and rolls, I'll benefit from that with my gold, but of course my equities and my cryptos would get punished for it. So I'd rather see gold get punished than to see equities and the crypto market get punished. But as for a debt deal, the yields just aren't telling us that. However, the rumors are swelling that a handshake deal is starting to come into play, and that maybe a 2-year deal over there. That would obviously get you through the presidential election, right? So I think that's what they're kind of cheering for at this point. Otherwise, other news, that's really the big thing on whether or not that thing is going to fall through, or if it's going to go through. Debt ceiling negotiations close to a deal with IRS funding in the spotlight. Tech layoffs ravage the teams that fight in online misinformation and hate speech. Oh, the tech layoffs ravage the teams that fight online misinformation and hate speech. Oh, no. Inflation rose 0.4% in April and 4.7% from a year ago. according to key gauge for the Fed, right? So this is another one of those months where it didn't matter what number we printed this month. Remember, we were talking about that with CPI as well. The May readings we had in 2022 were very, very low on everything. It was just like an anomaly month. We were having like huge numbers in April, then the May was really low, then back to huge numbers in June and July. It's going to be the June, when we get our June readings and our July readings for everything, that's going to give us the true picture painted for what's going on with inflation. So by mid-July, guys, we'll know our number. Is 2% feasible? It would take a dang miracle in my eyes that for us to get down to 2%. Maybe 3.5, maybe 3, maybe 3.5, but 2%, it just seems like a fairy tale. But yeah, all right. Debt ceiling. That's about that. All right, that's the major news. You got some layoffs in tech, debt negotiations, and then some inflation data. That's about that. All right, crypto news. You got anything for us today, or is it just the same old stuff? Why is crypto market down today? Why is Bitcoin price down today? Okay, it's the same thing every time. No ETH to trade. Ethereum exchange balance drops to a 5-year low. Interesting. Bitcoin reaches decision point. 4 Bitcoin price metrics to watch. Chinese city research policy draft for metaverse, OpenAI. I think we saw these headlines yesterday. There's probably nothing really going on in crypto news. The invisible hand restricting Bitcoin and Ether price swings. Ooh, the mystery. Hedging activity of market makers who are always on the opposite of investors' trades seem to have kept prices range bound as of lately. Ooh, those naughty, naughty market makers. First Mover America's digital currency group is closing down trade block. Yeah, it just seems like they're on the path to bankruptcy and all that good stuff for digital currency group, which is crazy. Crazy. All right. Economic calendar, that's where we saw these things. We saw the personal PCE. So there's that 4.4. I don't know why they said 4.7. Am I missing something? Core PCE is where they were doing it. Core PCE. We had a 0.4% reading, not too far off what the expectations were for month over month. They're in line with really what we've been seeing lately. But we replaced, I had to replace a small one. Not too bad on core, but it was over here on standard PCE, right? So we were replacing this one right over here. This 0.2 got replaced with a 0.4, which inevitably rose you to 4.4. But the next 2 months, we replaced the bigger figures. So that's it. So after the July readings of all of the inflation data, that will be it. It'll likely be like, probably we start seeing inflation ticking up again afterwards, unless something crazy happens. So get ready for the inflation. Like I would think in July we'll be hearing inflation has been defeated. That's going to be my bet of the narrative. Inflation defeated. But all right, markets are looking good now that the stock market is actually open. Let's take a look over here. Whoa, Dow Jones up over 500 points. Look at it rock. Or, I said 500 points, excuse me, 240 points. Did I say 500? That's insane. Okay, no, we're up over 200 points. The index is up 0.75%. The NASDAQ is up 0.75%. Look at that. Everything is flipping green here on a Friday. Yields are still up. NASDAQ up. Metals slightly. I would just say slightly. Let's take a look at it on a smaller time frame. I wouldn't say anything to run and tell mom about, but we're seeing that. Obviously, the equity market is doing well today. So is the cryptocurrency market. We'll see if the Dow and the stock market can really kind of reclaim itself. Look at that 15-minute candle. Look at that thing. All right, cool. Good start to the day. So I think that's really all we have for today. It's it's a Friday. I've been over here today. I recorded as you guys know, I'm working on the new BC Backer course. This morning recorded the crashing structure section. Yeah, just getting back to the grind. It's nice for Friday. Kids are getting out of school for the summer here, man. Getting ready to get that swim on. I'm still white as can be, man. I need to get my tan back. And I still need to plan a summer vacation. But otherwise, I need to start getting ready. Like it's just real weird that summer is here. So as for a Friday, though, as for the markets, I think we're off to a good start. We'll see how the week ends. You know, it's Friday. It's been a rough week in a lot of markets. You can see a lot of times on Fridays, we see just a lot of stuff happen. So otherwise, I'll take a good start to the day after the kind of week that we've actually had. This has been just a down week. A reversal seems to be working itself in the works here on an actual Friday. So you could see that happening in here. There's last Friday. You can see the RSI is pulling down. You can see the bullish divergence that emerged right in here on the RSI in here as we had prices continue to dip lower. Now we've got a really nice pop coming out of here. So it looks like Friday is going to be a nice day today for us here in the stock market. And hopefully that translates over there in the cryptocurrency market as we've just been range bound stuck. At least get something to happen in here. But this is sometimes what the summers can be like. It can just be long and grueling, but we can always still cheer for something to actually end up breaking out or doing something. Otherwise, green day over there, nothing to panic about. More of just kind of like making plans for the weekend and get ready to enjoy yourself because it doesn't look like there's anything too stressful to pay attention to out here. So, all right, let's jump into the chat, guys. Andy Philpott, right out the gates. Have an awesome weekend, my dude. Thank you, Andy. It's very generous of you. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Munir Hale says, have a brisket weekend BCB. It's a good idea. My wife was hinting that at me. Oh, yeah. Sorry for those who can't tolerate humor. But I do always give my wife a hard time. I always say, okay, all right. 5'5", and he makes $1 million a year, or 6'1", and he makes $100,000 a year. And she says, I'll take the 6'1" guy who makes $100,000 a year. I say, okay, 6'1", makes $100,000 a year, but hates barbecue. Like he will not eat it. He thinks it's gross. Believe it or not, should take the 5'5" guy. There you go. So if you're picky about barbecue, gentlemen, just realize that ladies they are not interested in you in that circumstance. Okay, whiskey 2. Fry Frog Day. Like the video. Yes, everybody, please like the video. I will not pull off the silence on you guys. I was thinking about it yesterday. I felt bad. Like it is the number one golden rule of radio and live streaming. Dead air. But you know what? Who cares? Like the video. Dang it. All right. Don't be a dingusmus and hit the like. Happy Friday, everybody. From Grumpy Old Men. Thank you, Whiskey. He says, let me get this again. For Friday, like the video. Let's roll into this weekend. Finish strong, like always. Grumpy Old Men. Shay Yesteroo says, hi, BCB. Blockchain backer. You better be right. Don't be a dingusmus and hit the like. Rocket ship. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday, guys. Thank you, Grumpy Old Man. Munir Hell says, since RNDR is a clean chart, does that mean Doge chart is broken or is deviated? And can I do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the weekly for FTM? Boy, you just asked me about 3 altcoins in one super chat, bro. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I think I've heard of FTM. Like Dogecoin, I mean, if you're looking for all-time highs for Dogecoin, I don't think you're ever going to get it. At least not in the next cycle. Yeah, Phantom, I mean, it looks just like everything, right? It doesn't look any different than everything. It's holding up. It's holding up better. It's holding up well. And it's, nearing that area of interest. I'd say it looks pretty good. But Dogecoin, like if people are still out there chasing Dogecoin, like I get it, like you're on the Elon Musk narrative and stuff, but this reminds me of 2018 XRP. I mean, that's what it reminds me of. 2018 XRP, and it's what it reminded me of the whole time too in this ride up. Like anybody else, like this is XRP in 2017. That's what Doge was here in 2021. Debatable on if that's the bottom. For XRP, it wasn't. It actually ended up having to have, like, when the C19 crash hit, it actually came back down to these levels, but then still even after that, retrace, and then we know back down. Doge is not. I don't think one single asset typically doesn't get that type of attention again. No use case, total memeing. It's just total meme, right? And will the meme of Doge ever return? I doubt it. We'll see. But it was an insane pump. Give me back my Bitcoin. There we go. Okay. Thank you, Munir. Octane Whale, is Bitcoin in an ascending triangle on the lower time frame? Well, no. So like an ascending triangle, I hate triangles, right? This is an ascending triangle, right? This is a descending triangle. So that would be that, right? I don't see that. And typically an ascending triangle, we're talking about it. I know about them, but it's not that I enjoy them, because you guys know me with trend lines. But an ascending triangle is going to be kind of like a bull flag, but it's going to happen from an uptrend, right? So price rise, up. So I don't see where you see an ascending triangle in Bitcoin. Unless if your wording is wrong and you mean descending triangle. And still, even then, it's hard to say on descending triangle, because hide the drawings. I mean, you could maybe put one here and we're just holding on the support, right? So this would be descending triangle, but just barely, right? But it could be. I don't think you meant ascending triangle. Maybe you did. I just don't see this would be your ascending triangle. Okay. Thank you, Octane Well. Andy Philpott gifted 5 ECB memberships. Man, you guys are crazy. Like everybody in the chat. If you don't have the super chat feature or the member ability to post the emojis at this point, you must not hang out here very often, because, dude, these guys have gone crazy on giving out free freebies. Thank you, Andy. Digital Dunce says, when CBDCs go mainstream, why bridge with XRP? It's more efficient to trade direct on an open DEX with price orders, the same as any crypto does now. Wait, let me see. Read your question. What? When CBDCs go mainstream, why bridge with XRP? It's more efficient to trade direct on an open DEX with price oracles, the same as any crypto does now. Okay. First of all, I'm not all up to date on every rumor of everything and what's going to happen with CBDCs. But what I am, when I think of cross-border payments, so let me ask you, like Digital Dunce thinking, and how are you imagining who is doing that, right? Who is sending those CBDCs to each other, right? Is it just buddies who live in different countries who are doing it? The biggest pain point I see in the system right now, when it comes to internet, is the larger transactions that happen in there when it comes to international business. Like I remember when I started getting into crypto, and like even when I started making even YouTube videos in 2019, I couldn't believe it that we were still doing wire transfers. I can't believe it's 2023 and we're still doing them. I can't believe it. It's unreal. It's unbelievable. That's where the real money is at, man. That's not between any like. And I'm not in. I think what people probably want is to still at least have it like operated through their bank. You want some type of protections on the level of amount of money that you're sending. I know whenever I was doing it, I was doing always every month multiple, 5-digit wire transfers with just like no protection, just none at all. And if we get beyond that, and I think there's a lot of speculation on whether or not XRP would be used in any of that. And you're not hearing me on my channel sitting here saying that's what's going to happen. So you should probably follow up with the people who are telling you that's what's going to happen. But maybe. But the exchange route, you're adding more middlemen, and I guess with a DEX, but you still need more middlemen, right? If you're eventually going to have to get to a bank at some point in order for the finalization to actually happen, or at least a exchange, right? So even if you're using DEXs, saying, hey, we're going to send money back and forth through DEXs, okay, well, how are you going to actually get the money? Like if you're doing business, how are you actually going to get the money? Well, then you got to send it to a centralized exchange, right? CEX. And then you got to deposit it into a bank. So you still have to do all that stuff, no matter what. So I don't know. We'll see, man. You need to follow up with the people who come up with all those theories, though. I'm not the guy for that. But thank you, Digital Dunce. Danner Rob 22. Been following you for years and appreciate authenticity and speaking the truth. God bless you and your family. Generational wealth incoming. Nice. Just a generally nice comment there. Danner Rob 22. Thank you. Oscar. My dude, what's up? All right, we've got Whiskey 2 has checked in, and we have Oscar has checked in, and Digital Dunce. I know you're here all the time, man. We got the regulars checking in. Thank you, guys. Robert Barker says, hey, BCB, when XRP goes to the moon, are you going to organize a BCB barbecue? We can all wear BCB merch by then. That would be awesome. Have a great weekend. See, that would be like a cool beach party, right? Like the XRP beach party 2024. We're all throwing it down. We got barbecue pits on the beach, loud music. I don't know about loud music, but you probably need loud music. All of our chicks are with us. They're like, yeah, our dudes are awesome. And we're like, I know. Yeah. All right. I'll think about it. Merch is coming. Don't worry. It's just not on. There's, like I said, the life has to get into order. Lorian says, I'm a chick. Okay. Even chicks who aren't our chicks will say, you're the man. And I'll say, I know. Course has to get finished, and then merch is coming. It's coming, guys. Don't worry, man. We're working. We're working. All right. Eminem Legend, first timer, says, love your markets in the morning. Best content out here. Any chance you can look at pancake swap chart? It would be nice to get another perspective. Dude, okay, so I don't think I've ever looked at this chart once in my whole life, so. Ugh. Yuck. Doesn't look good, dude. So remember, most of the market bottomed back here, right? Most of the market bottomed in June when Pancake Swap hit 250. So now it's already down even more. So for me on this one, the way I view it is that like, okay, well, what do I see? I see potentially a crashing structure happening here at the bottom. The irony that I've been recording that all morning. So not being in a rush to do anything. If I cared about this, which I don't, but if I did, then I'd be looking for, at least some support to finally come in here, and for shorts to close themselves out, for the sellers to be exhausted, to just the supply that's going to be sold has pretty much hit the market, and then one more flush, and then looking for that level back down in there. If I was looking for an actual bottom, the only thing is that is a little concerning about it is that, everybody's got like various levels of weakness. This is probably the weakest one I've seen. Like the only other one I've looked at that's like really weak has been Algorand, and this looks even weaker than Algorand. And the fact that it's gotten just completely pummeled. I don't know if there's been some type of news to go on with Pancake Swap, if something has happened with this thing. I know it, like just when I was typing in Cake USD, it's not on Coinbase. So I don't know what to think of it, but it doesn't look great. Doesn't look great. I wouldn't feel rushed to touch it for me personally. Maybe it'll turn itself up, but yikes, it's the weakest one I have seen out of the whole market. So there you go, M&M Legend. Thank you for first timer, man. Welcome. GSML, BCB, appreciate you, brother. Any favorite Memorial Day weekend traditions? The weather is going to be beautiful here in Wisconsin. Dude, I bet it is, man. I bet it is going to be nice in Wisconsin late May. What am I going to do? I guess we haven't really thought about it because on Tuesday, my daughter is going with her grandparents on a like week-long trip. So we haven't really thought about anything for us because we're all kind of preparing for her. But you know what? I think I have to do a brisket now. That's what it sounds like. So we'll see. I don't know. I haven't even thought about it. I've been so focused on the kids getting out of school and my daughter going on this trip for a week. And like my last weekend was so ridiculously busy, like with playing in the band, that I just didn't even think about it. Like, what am I going to do? I just haven't even thought about it. Dude, well, you enjoy yourself. It sounds like you're going to have a nice weekend. Andrew Zima said, then he even asked, what's up with Algo? When is the bottom? Would you invest in it? Not financial advice, of course. No, I don't invest in Algo. The problems, I had two major problems with Algo. One of the largest developer abandonments out of any asset. I think they lost 57% of their developers. They also dealt with a tremendous amount of inflation over the course of the last couple of years. I think it's improved now, but it was really bad. And what was the other one? The whole SEC saying it's a security thing. I'm just not all that interested in dealing. I've been in this XRP thing for 2.5 years. I don't need to like start new battles, man. I just don't need that on my plate. I'm done. I'm done with that. So yeah, no, and the big thing too is like we did catch it earlier. We caught it. Algo was one of the ones I did actually accumulate at the bottom too, but then I got out. It was one of the ones I was grabbing all throughout here, and then when I went to consensus, I got to see all the developer data, and got out in here. Realizing that this was not something I wanted to partake in. And this is also like right when they got, I don't know where it was in here that the SEC came after and said they're a security. So you had it's a security thing, and then you had the most abandonment, like devs just flocking away from it. And I kept noticing that trend of these companies that are these big supporters or big sponsors at Consensus 2023 all have like the worst developer records right now. You know, Tron, like they've got like 9 developers or something, or 14 or something small. I think I have the sheet open. Let me look. Tron. $16. Still a decline year over year, down 11%. Like if I organize this by biggest losers year over year, I'll go right down there at 57% decline. And then if I also organize it by biggest losers since December of last year, so December of 2022, Algo's the biggest one being abandoned, down 45% since December. And I don't know about you guys on Twitter. Are you getting hit with Algorand paid advertisements on Twitter? I am. That's cool. They got a bunch of money to advertise when I'm not getting hit by anything. I don't have like Near Protocol or Matic or Chainlink or Ethereum advertising to me, but I sure have Algorand advertising to me on Twitter. That's weird. Paid ads. So I don't know. So yeah, that's my passion on it. And I'm not happy to see this, but what's interesting to see about this is that Algorand just being so weak, Algorand not being able to hold itself, and us kind of identifying that earlier, saying, you know what, there's developer problems in here, big developer problems in here, and this whole SEC stuff. You know what, I'm not playing in this ever. I'm not playing this game again. And sure enough, that did end up translating into the prices. Whereas a lot of other stuff is just still continuing to hold up higher. But Algorand being one of those worst ones. But whatever that one we just looked at, Pancake Swap. Holy cow, that thing looks. Oh. That one's yuck. Algorand for the bottom, who knows, man. There you go. There's your Algorand history. And Algorand's probably got its own problems too from inflation. So like, let's see, how low are you below? It's 77% below the June 2021 low. As you can see, that stop would have gotten taken. 77%, yet only 47% below on the market cap. So it's it dealt with a lot of inflation. I'm not sure how low this could go, dude. I don't know if it's in bigger problems too, like if it's like in serious issues, like with SEC and developer abandonment, you know. So anyway, the only reason I spent more time on that is I know a lot of people do care about Algorand. All right, Dr. Ty. Imagine beach full of crypto nerds wearing frog merch, celebrating XRP finally hitting the moon after years of being laughed at and doubted. Yes! Yes. The glory. I got stuff I want to say. I don't want to get myself in trouble. Yeah. All of us with like white sunscreen just on our nose. Decentralized ledgers. CBDCs. Thank you, Dr. Ty. Daniel. Canyazales. Senor Backer. What is your honest opinion on Gala? Could it get back on its feet? Thoughts on Phantom? Man, I can't go through all these altcoins, my dude. I don't know about them, man. I always try to say this. I'm going to say it again, guys. Don't get that train started, man, of these like $2 and $5 donations to get me to do like a bunch of altcoin reviews here on the markets in the morning, man. I love you guys. I don't want to take your money. I don't want to do that to you. I don't want you to feel burned. But I got 1,166 people in here, and we just got there's just a lot of altcoins, man. I I've never looked at the Gala chart before. This will be the last one I do. If anybody else donates on it, same story. I'm sorry. It's not happening. It's not happening. Gala looks just like all the other ones. Good for me. My thoughts. That's a good accumulation spot. This is the pullback level we've been talking about. And if for those who remember, back when we were talking about Bitcoin ABCing from way over here, right? We were talking about that for a long time, saying, hey, it could be a cruel time period from here to ABC, and it goes on for a long time. Right back over here, instead we had like the crazy bank stuff, and then we go up and march higher, right? But from here, we're talking about ABCs, right? And that they could drag themselves out. That's back in February, right? Here we are. This is back in the January, February. So it's been doing that. It's been doing the ABC. What you typically see from here is a whole lot of that. And then a very quick that. So it's an area of interest for me. I'm not buying this because I'm just not familiar with Gala. I don't know what it is. So this could be really stupid that I'm even covering this. I'd be putting like a low volume S coin on here. Again, there's going to be people saying, how do you not know of Gala? Look, there's hundreds of these things, man. People give me a hard time about RNDR. I looked it up. It's like rank number like 45. Okay. Okay. Oh, look at that Bitcoin. 26,650. What you doing, Bitcoin? Teasing is what you're doing. All right. Daniel Kenya Zales. Okay, I don't know the fundamentals of Gala. I don't know the developer data of Gala. I don't know the supply dynamics of Gala. I don't know anything about Gala. If I only looked at the price chart, I'd say it looks pretty okay. Thank you, Daniel. Block fella. What did I call you? Blockzilla. You know that needs to be your name now. BCB the GOAT. Let's do that beach party in Puerto Rico with BCB merch. All welcomed. FTM is the main wallet for Solana. Oh, see, there you go. FTX and SBF asset. Always appreciate your daily input. Blessings, my dude. Thank you for the educational material, sir. Yeah, look at everybody talking about Gala in the chat. Like, what is this? This dingus doesn't know anything. Okay. Roll call. I'm usually a lurker here, but I got a question. What would I have to do to get a 10-minute conversation with you? Weird question, but 100% serious. Yeah, so I don't do any like paid like talk to me things. I never have, never will. I don't think I ever will. I have no intention of doing it. The best probably time is like Friday nights, like 9 o'clock at night. If you catch me hanging out with drunk XRPP in a Twitter Spaces. But like, yo, bro, got a question. I mean, I chat with people in there. That's the times that I talk. But, you know, it's not like one-on-one private things or anything like that. I keep it pretty level-headed. You know, I don't do consulting. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide any portfolio or investment advice. You know, but if you want to just like loosely chat about stuff, that's what I typically do. But I don't do private consultations of any kind, anything like that. But dude, I'll hang out in Twitter Spaces. A lot of people have talked to me in Twitter Spaces. Probably talked to 100 people in there. So if you're following me on Twitter, just keep an eye out. I'd say I'd hop into a Twitter Space maybe 3 or 4 times a week. Sure. Okay, I've never done a poll before. How do I do a poll? Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Do I really want my first poll to be cold pizza or cold spaghetti? DeFi Reality said, hey, BCB, is Bitcoin filling in that volume gap you've been talking about recently? Yes, it has been. Yep. So that whole volume gap really takes place right in here. So we've been now finally trading in that area, filling in that gap more, for sure. All right, dude. Out of respect for you, Caprice, coming out of the shadows, what is less worse? Cold pizza or cold pescetti? Does that work? Where's the poll? Out of respect for you for teaching me how to do a Twitter poll, I satisfied your question, but we added some humor to it. There we go. It worked. I agree. I don't know if I can answer my own poll. Can I answer it? I can't. Look at that. Look how quick you guys can answer 141 votes. Yeah, we are stuck at 490 likes. Okay, I do have to call out the 33% of wild animals who will eat cold pescetti. Oh my gosh, Jaxer. I mean, it's easy. Hi, Dad. Can you settle a fight? Bone in or boneless wings? It's the same thing for people who enjoy well done steak. Anybody who eats their wings without a bone in them, you should politely yet firmly ask them to leave. Bone in all day. Yeah, better Bob, better life, Bob. You got it. It is. All right, there we go. There it is. 2/3 of people would rather eat cold pizza than cold spaghetti. Ending poll. Thank you, guys. It was a very critical question that Caprice, who came out of the shadows and out of the lurking zone with his first ever saying what's up, he got the chat. He got the poll. Yeah, I know. Over 1,000 people in the chat. And only 500 likes, but that's okay. It's okay. It's a Friday. People are just like looking forward to it, thinking, hey, I got a long weekend ahead, you know? Right? Let me see. I normally don't do this. It is Friday, my dudes.
It is
Friday. Friday. It is Friday. There we go, guys. Just a little bit of love on a Friday. So, all right. Not a lot going on in the markets except for some green. I mean, we'll take that, right? So Bitcoin, you got you sitting there at 26,643. We lost whatever we were looking at over here. XRP 46.4. So still just sitting at 46.4. Nothing really changing in here just yet. Dow Jones is up. Dow Jones having a good start out the date. Same with the rest. The rest of the stock market is doing even better. At least the NASDAQ is. So Dow's up 275 points to start the day on the rumors of a debt ceiling resolution coming soon on the absolute trustworthy handshake of a couple of politicians. So we all know that's a guarantee. And then looking over here at gold, just kind of teetering back there on that 702 retracement, which was the breakout now the back test. Hopefully it just breaks down and goes crumbling through it. But currently right now as we end the week, it's still sitting on top of it. The short duration treasury yields don't buy into the story of everything okay with the debt ceiling, but for some reason, stock market, pretty decent day. But even from a technical perspective, it says today is just going to be an okay day because we've had a week of silliness. We got a bullish divergence down here at the bottom. We're popping out of there. that torturous week is behind us. So good deal to see that happening over here in the stock market. Nice way to end before we go into a holiday weekend. What is going on? Did you guys all like pre-plan this privately? What is going on here? Okay. Thank you guys. Oh boy. If you're in the chat and you now are a new member. Do I even know how to do this? You now have these fancy things that you can do in here. Hey, look at that. If you're looking in the chat. Let there be everybody with green on their name. Support flipping to resistance is what Aaron, the financial guru, tells us. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Quick move back there. We'll see if that ends up being the case. So far, peeking through, but we'll see how the daily candle closes. Okay, so let's address the insanity that just happened in here. But Jaxer, that's the firm question. Bone in on chicken wings. Mr. Nobody says, hey, BCB, in your personal non-advisor opinion, would you take a loss on an investment now to free up cash to buy more XRP during the spring phase? Thanks. Well, okay, I've considered that myself already. The challenge is if we're going to get one. I firmly say that these are the situations we're kind of stuck in right here. This is just like if you weren't here in 2020 when we had to deal with the C19 sell-off. I mean, that's what this is. I mean, this is our capitulation of the market. Even in here, you have a crashing structure here on this thing. Where are we? Oh, boy. Yeah, bye. Okay, we can't look at this on the 15-minute time frame. It's just not going to work. Right, so we had our crashing structure in here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rolls back up. Completion. That is what a completed crash looks like. And we've seen it before. That we could just sit on here for some time. And then that ends up being good enough. Do I still have it open? Please have it open. Yes. Here you go. So in a Wyckoff, see guys, I'm telling you, I'm working over there on the course, man. I got this stuff going on. Wyckoff's up next. So in the spring phase, so I don't like this here in a Wyckoff schematic. It shows the spring has to go lower than the secondary test, but that's not true. Spring doesn't do that at all. We can have aggressive spring phase that does not go beneath the secondary test, but when you're reading in here, it's explaining that. So I'm having to like explain. No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to. I see it all the time. And here's all the examples that I have of it where it doesn't. But we can also have Creek with never having an aggressive spring happen, where we just kind of chill and there never becomes that aggressive spring phase to actually end up happening. And to see that is that when we go back to Bitcoin in 2000 and oh my gosh, you can do this, BCB. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong chart. This is Coinbase's chart. We're going to go to Bitstamp. We're going to get there. I just know it. We're going to get there at some point. There we are. Perfect spring. It's a beautiful spring. Wyckoff accumulation. Super fancy pants. Aggressive. End of the world kind of stuff. We're doomed. Trend broken, game over, boom, then off and away we go, right? That's a beautiful, nice spring. So these are the types of things we're also talking about for XRP, right? We're going to get a spring, take out the trend, scare everybody to death, and off and away they go. They don't want to participate anymore. But as we saw, we can have them to where they don't. and we just creaked. The whole thing is just a long creak. And we ended up having that style in 2018, right? So we go into Wyckoff accumulation, and then we just go into creek, and then that's pretty much the extent of our spring. That was it. And then it just... And then you look at XRP from when we had the capitulation phase from 2020 back in here, right? This is your C19 sell-off, holding beneath. We get back to the 200, and then we just stay there. We just Wyckoff accumulate on top of it. So it's very difficult right now to know, are we going to follow and spring, or are we just going to like creak along here, right? Because here you are, you're in Wyckoff, right? You can creak, right? We can just creak. Or do we do the spring? So kind of taking a gamble. Yeah. So I don't have the answer for you what to do, but those are the things that I look at. Tis up to you, dear Mr. Nobody. All right, let's address the insanity. Sick Thinker, Eric Martinson, Gator, Ryan, Rendon, Dr. Ty, and then XRP Market, every single one of them, and Oscar Hernandez, seven bros, came out the gates gifting memberships to other people in the chat. They each gifted 35, pushing the total today to over 40, breaking a previous record. You guys broke a previous record 2 weeks ago at like 16 or 17. Then you broke a record again at 37, and then you just broke it again. I don't know what to say, man. You guys are here every day. You guys are supporters. I'm grateful. And then, dang, there's Eric again with 5 more. Man, if you're in the chat and you got that, just, man, those guys love you, man. Those guys love the community. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Oscar. Thank you, Sick Thinker. Thank you, Eric Martinson. Thank you, Gator. Thank you, Ryan Rendon. Thank you, Dr. Ty. Thank you, XP Market. Thank you all very much. Amazing. Okay. Let's move on. Stop getting emotional. Oh my gosh. They bred garlic house? Okay, we'll get to you in a minute. Get out of here. Ricardo Glover, first timer, says, hey man, did you notice the total market cap is sitting at the 702? Ryan, I saw your post over there on Twitter. Hey, I don't know about you, but I see the 702. I wish I could play some Taylor Swift on here and not get copyright strike by it. I'm just such a fan. I don't know why she wouldn't let me do that, but you know, it is what it is. I don't know which one you're looking at, brother. I don't know, but look at that. It was a nice... it's been so long since we've done this. Remember, we had to spend months talking about this kind of stuff. That the pullback for the total market cap was a Fibonacci pullback. Everyone, believe it or not, the bottom was found at a Fibonacci, the final Fibonacci. Remember during those times, we're like, dude, this is the last one. People are calling for lower. Do you understand what would happen if we go lower? We can't go lower, dang it. There you go. Oh, man, I turned away from the screen. I just looked back, and I see that member number. Oh, my gosh. Oh, boy. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about with 702 for total market cap. But, yeah, Ricardo Glover, that was something we looked at over here a lot when we were trying to find the bottoms back then. Oh, wait, look at this. 26,810. What you doing, Bitcoin? What you doing? All right. Here we go. Sebastian says, stay strong and be patient. We will make it. And thank you, XP Market, for the gifted sub. Happy Friday, you awesome people. Have fun this weekend. Sebastian, yes. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody. To address this madness that just happened again, Eric Martinson gifts 5. Dr. Ty gives 10. Bread Garlic House gives 5. Andy Philpott gives 10. And then Mr. Q says, hey, I'm going to sign up myself. This is crazy. This number can't be beat. You broke it. You broke it. Oh, boy. Let's do it again. Thank you, Eric Martinson. Thank you, Dr. Ty. Thank you, Bread Garlic House. Thank you, Andy Philpott. Thank you, Mr. Q. Crypto Keeper says, hey, you guys want to see something weird? Eric, I showed you this yesterday. I'm going to show you this. Who is it? Let me see if I can find him. Y'all want to see something weird? All right, look, if you're tuning in for crypto stuff at this point, like, you're at the wrong channel. We're just farting around here now. Just so you guys know. If you're here to, like, learn, I think that time's come and gone. We just crossed the hour mark. Okay. Check this thing out, dude. Weird. Okay. Check this out. If you are watching, whoever you are, okay. I don't know who this is. I don't know who Natalie F. Danelishan is, but she's apparently somebody in finance or something like that, and she likes chess, apparently. 71,000 followers, not bad. Followed by a couple of decent names. Now, here was the weird thing that happened. So she follows me. I got a notification that she followed me. That was kind of weird. And scrolling down here, I'm like, okay, I don't know why this person's following me, but okay, cool. A chess finance person, right on. And then, like, then I got tagged in this tweet by her, and it says, I don't know who sent this, but I love you. I feel like crying. And I did follow BC Backer. And some person donates this chick $2,000 and then says, I always appreciate you. You are a great mom providing fantastic experiences. Poor health makes everything else extra challenging. You are obviously super smart, but maybe check out Blockchain Backer on YouTube. Just slanging $2,000. What is it? Dude, that is... Wow. I don't know. That was crazy. That was last night. Who did that? Who's just slanging 2K to give a plug for Blockchain Backer? That's weird, man. But that's cool, man. That lady needed it, I guess. She got like appendix surgery or something. Anyway, whoever did that, you are a nice person. All of you are nice people. That was a weird thing. Someone just dropped someone 2K and said, hey, check out Blockchain Backer. Like, okay. Either way, Mr. Anonymous, you didn't tell her your name. I don't know who you are. But, you got some love here on the channel today. Holly Bren. Wait, Steve. Wait, I missed it. Yeah, Jaxer gifted one. Thank you, Jackson. Steve gifts 5. We're now at 81. Thank you, Steve. Sokolowski. Sokolowski. Thank you, Steve Sokolowski. Holly Wren says, long-time lurker lady. All right, lady. Making up like 1% of those 4% Google female stats. Been listening since 2020. Thanks for all the awesome content. You rock. Love from England. Thank you, Holly, for stepping out. That's a rare sight. You are in the company of 96% men. Welcome. It's like a unicorn appeared in the chat. Thank you, Holly. MC Crypto. Hey, PCB. First time. Thanks for sharing your knowledge. What assets do you prefer to hold for reinvesting when taking profits? When class drop? The class drop, I don't know when it's going to finish, but we're working on it. I'm working on it every day. He says, thanks for sharing your knowledge. What assets do you prefer to hold for reinvesting? Those are that. Thank you, MC Crypto. I know you hang out here, man. So I'm not taking a shot yet, but I think that was a big oxymoron sentence. What assets do you prefer to hold for reinvesting when taking profits? I think you just asked, when am I hodling at the same time while I'm buying, at the same time while I'm selling? I think that's what that said. What assets do you prefer to hold for reinvesting when taking profits? Maybe you're asking if I sell, like, what do I do with the money? What do I... So right now it's kind of a weird time. I'm just going to answer it in that way. Like if I sell something and I'm going to hold cash, or if I don't feel like putting money back into the market just yet, the thing I have been doing has been buying U.S. Treasury bills. However, I'm not right now. I'm actually sitting in a silly amount of cash outside of Treasury bills as we try to get through this debt ceiling thing. But once we get through the debt ceiling thing, then my cash goes back into that. And any cash that I don't have in Treasury bills, I try to keep in a high interest yielding savings account. So there are several savings accounts you can get out there right now that do give about a 4% APY. If that's your question, I hope so. But I answered it the best I could. When class drop? Hopefully soon. Hopefully in a couple of weeks. But we're working, right? I brought somebody on who is helping just with the day-to-day stuff so that things can move faster. Willy Wonka, first timer, says, thank you from the shadows, BCB. I've been listening and watching you since 2020. You've got me through tough times and kept my spirits up. That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thank you for stepping out of the shadows. Thank you for saying hi. Thank you for the super chat. And that has been one of the most consistent messages that I hear. So that's the thing that I'm keeping in the back of my mind is the important thing. We just got to, in the insane volatility, we just smooth that volatility out and keep our emotions nice and chill through all of it. Which it was cool because today I was recording the BCB crashing structure. You guys know what I'm talking about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And just talking about how you can always see the emotional change of the market when it comes to social medias and everything like that when we get to those particular phases. And how helpful it is to know about that. So, yeah, that's really a lot of it. The emotions swing at the wrong times, and we just got to know how to keep it cool. Brianna Marie says, more Friday frogs, please. I think I closed it out already, right? Did I close it? Hold on. When you hear the sound, it doesn't count. Nope, that doesn't count. That doesn't count. Now it counts.
It is Wednesday, my dudes.
All right, if it wasn't Friday, I wouldn't do that. But it is Friday, and I'm having a good time. We're having fun. We're having a good time. All right. Crypto Ryan says, I just uploaded a video a few minutes ago on HBAR and quoted your channel with the 7 ways. I hope that's okay, brother. Yeah. No, it's all good, dude. The fact that you gave credit or you just discussed it, gave where you learned it, it's all good, dude. I got a lot of people who watch the channel and then just go make their own videos. It's practically a duplication of my channel. But they claim it as theirs. And you know what? It's the internet. You can't do anything about it, so I don't even fight it. I don't even acknowledge it. But it's cool, bro. Thank you, sir. Yeah, and that's the goal, man. The goal is to teach everybody and This is a big battle, man. It's a big battle of retail investors versus big boy institutions, hedge funds, the Novograts, the dudes, all the big boys. They're all working together to try to screw us over, and they know how to play us. And not everybody's going to get saved. Not everybody's going to make it to the promised land. But if we at least know how to identify some of the tools and acknowledge mainly, and I was thinking about this today too. A hard part of it all, like why I took so much crap when I was selling my Bitcoin and my Ethereum, and kind of like in the back of my head, been thinking to myself, I'm excited about XRP. I'm like, man, is that day going to be coming at some point? And what that will be like the day when I'm like, okay, I'm actively selling my XRP. And why? One of the questions people will always have is, why would anybody pay $10 for an XRP? How would there in any way be enough liquidity for that? When the price is 45 cents right now, whatever it is, right? 46 cents. Why would anybody ever pay $10? And how would there be the liquidity for that? Well, you just got to think back to 2020 with Bitcoin when it was $5,000, and I'm sitting there saying, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000. People being like, why would anybody pay $50,000 for a Bitcoin? It's irresponsible. There's no way anybody would do it. Then you get laserized and diamond hands, you get a narrative change, you get Tesla, all that stuff. And there is enough liquidity, and people do buy it up there at those prices. But then you also take it on the chin because the narrative has changed. It's got so bullish that, if you're selling your Bitcoin at $50,000, $58,000, you're a dummy because the narrative is so good. And that's likely what would happen for XRP. And that, like, I'm not looking forward to that day where I will publicly say, I just sold like 65% of my XRP here at like 9, 10, 11, $12. And people be like, yo, man, not cool. And how that's difficult in this environment, in this day and age of social media, that like we become part of a community, we become part of a group. It's like being part of a special interest group. Like if you like to fly RC hobby planes, or if you like coins or something like that. If you like continue to show up to your group meetings of RC planes and you're like, yeah, I burned all of my planes, but I still just want to hang out with you guys. Everybody be like, well, we just want to talk about planes. Or if, you're like, you show up to a coin expo, like to hang out with all your coin nerds, and you're like, yeah, I sold all my coins. I just wanted to hang out with you guys. You're like, oh, but we just love the coins. Same thing happens with crypto, right? If you're like, you're Bitcoin maxi and you're like, I just sold all my Bitcoin, they're going to be like, you're not a true Bitcoiner. You don't get it. That I do fear that day is going to come for me with the XRP community the day that I sell 65%. And that, the only thing I can say ahead of time is when that day comes, I'll be transparent with you. I won't hide it that I've done it. I'll tell you. I will likely be told I'm wrong at the time. People will say, and the thing is, why would they pay $10? The narrative will change, and the cold hard reality is there's way too many people that believe we're going to $100 or $1,000, and there will be way too many YouTube videos saying that too. So people buy it at $10. Why would they buy it? Well, of course they think it's going to 100, right? They think it's going to 1,000. Why were people buying Bitcoin at 50K? Because they thought it was going to 100, right? That's just the way it ends up working. We went on a wild tangent after your comment there, Crypto Ryan. But in the end, it's just teaching people the tools. And the reality is we get so caught up in these communities that I think it's hard for us to say that that's what it is. We're in the communities, and then the day we sell, all of a sudden the community hates us. I've been friendly with the Bitcoin community ever up until that point. Then they hated me. It is whatever, it's been that way ever since. It's how to despise and destroy BCB. And it is what it is, man. And just know, I'll always love XRP. And the day will come where I do that. And I love you all when that happens. And I still want to show up to my RC plane party. I want to show up with my coins and talk about nerdy coin stuff. And I will still have 35% of my XRP. So there you go. All right, moving on. Got a little mushy. All right. Matthew Mint, UK, first time out of the shadows, says, love your videos. Keep up the great work. Thank you, Matthew. Texas takeover. Member 1 month. Frog. What up? I can't believe we're at 82. Sick Thinker says, if XRP moons like BCB memberships, man, I will be rich. Willy Wonka joins as a member too. Man, guys, you guys are nuts. Selling, S-Dog says, selling some XRP will be hard for sure. For sure. Because you have to imagine when the appropriate time to do it is. It's when it's actually really exciting. It's actually when everybody you know, all your friends in the community, all the excitement is happening, and price looks like this, and all the YouTube videos are saying we're going there. Everybody's cheering. Everybody's having a good time. Price is skyrocketing. And you're like celebrating with all your buddies. And then you're like, hey, buddies, I'm out. They're like, what? So that's part of it, right? Crypto is cool. Crypto is wild because we have all these communities, right? Never selling, hodl. And just know, that's how you win. That's how you win. It's not that you're screwing your buddies. It's that, being clear and direct, like, hey, this is my plan. Like, right? When we get up here, that's the golden spot. And not that. So, all right, move on. All right, we'll hop into the chat here. Zach Hessler says, what's your 100% out point? I don't know if there's a 100% out point. I don't know if there's an actual 100%. Yeah, so I mean, the way I think about it too, like the doctor side, BCB will still be laughing, holding his 35% XRP when riding to $100, right? Yeah, that's 65%. Daddy is getting paid for hanging out in that. Daddy's going to get paid. Then we can start looking towards the next thing and whatever ends up happening after that. But Daddy got to get paid. You know what I mean? For sure. For doing that. I didn't do all that for free. Dad, I got to get some money. Crypto Ryan, thank you. Always give credit where credit is due. Gator says, when XRP moons, we'll get together and play some frisbee golf. So it sounds like we're having like a frisbee golf brisket cooking beach party with a bunch of nerds. Right? That's what we got to do. But there are chicks in the XRP community, and I'm sorry, chicks, ladies, there are sophisticated ladies in the XRP community. I've seen them in person. They do exist. I saw them at XRP Las Vegas. Octane Will says, do you still expect Bitcoin to go under 25K? I've pretty much beaten this with a stick at this point. We've gotten within $500 of the expectation after dropping 4,300. Typically, you're going to keep going and just get there quickly and not stall out like this. We've been here a long time. We'll have to see. Like I said, I'm pretty indifferent now. The fact that we've already gone through and we got within 500, but we just can't seem to get there. So I'm kind of just sitting back, chilling, not really having a bias at this point, but still kind of just leaving my original thoughts on the screen and waiting for the market to tell us. The thing that did happen this week, let's see what it looks like, is we ended up breaking the 100-day. So you can see it's above it right now. I wouldn't get too hot and excited just yet. Making sure that it at least still closes there above 26,700. So we'll see what happens there on the daily close today. If we stay underneath that 100, it still seems likely, probably, but this is a challenge. I went into detail on this last week. Or maybe that was even Monday. It's felt like a long week. I thought yesterday was Friday all day. That usually when we have the breakthrough of supports, we capitulate right then and there. That's usually what happens, but we stalled out much earlier. So we'll just have to see. I don't know if we're in a cruel summer, what has to happen, but the thing is, we've ranged for 2 weeks now. We got to see a break to one way or another to even like say anything. Otherwise, it's still just a silly little range. Crypto Keeper says, thank you for all your efforts, Daddy. Oh, geez, guys. Oh, geez. I think we lost Ryan. Ryan had to go. Reading the chat real quick. Free Kip says, today did feel like a Saturday when I got up. Oh, really? Did you have to go to work, though? Then work called and said, where are you? Oscar, you got to roll. All right, buddy. Oscar Hernandez said, one more thing. Someone tell BCB to clear his inbox. What, on Twitter? Okay. All right. Pork, pig, Pantalones. Says BCB, how many memberships are gifted so far? We're at 82. I'm telling you, 2 weeks ago the record was 16. That you guys set the record at 16 2 weeks ago. Then you set the new record at 37. Then you set, maybe you got 40. I don't know, but 82 now. Unreal. Andreas W says, hey, don't you see Wyckoff in the 1 hour? Let's take a look. That's 1 minute. Yep, I do. Hide all that. Yeah, so all depending on that low right there. So we'll see. We'll see. I think we measured it out last week, right? You have equal length. There's a lot of confusion here now because you technically have ABC'd. But the market has unfortunately given us 14 days to sit here and doubt ourselves in either way. So waiting for the market to give us a decision before I delete any of this. And unfortunately, we still haven't. But like he's showing right here, Wyckoff, right? Automatic rally, secondary tests, and that this would have been our spring happening right here. So what would you be looking for? You'd be looking for a move up here for sign of strength. Start fighting up here at 27,600 and then out. So keep an eye on that for the weekend. If price moves all the way back up to 27,500, good eye. Be something to look for a break to happen. And that might have been it. Oh boy, here they go. Free Kip comes in with 5. Gifted 5 blockchain backer memberships. And then so did Porky Pig Pantalones. Comes in with 10. You guys, we're at 97. Thank you. That's it. If we close about so even Cassie says if we close about 27,600, it's on. Yeah, we'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. Moving back to the top of the range, it still technically means we're just in the range, right? 27,600, still you're not out. But if you get back up to the top of there, like mentioned earlier, it has a very interesting Wyckoff accumulation thing going on there. There you go. You guys did it. Anthony Trujillo gifted 1, and then Oscar gifted 5. And ladies and gentlemen, that's 103. Never before seen or heard of. Y'all are insane. This is crazy. I live a weird life. Thank you guys. You guys are all very kind, very generous, and in the community, you get insane. YouTube's gonna give me some notification tomorrow and say, "Holy cow! Have you seen what has happened?" I'm like, "I know, I was there, dude." Thank you all. And look at all the green. Like everybody's got a green name in the chat. Upload some new BCB emojis. Yeah, I gotta see if I have any. I think there's a couple that I just didn't do. I think I had 6 total, and I only put in 2 or 4. I don't know what the other ones look like. Let me see. Wonder if I can see them on here. Well, hold on. I'm going through my desktop right now. I don't know what they would be labeled as. Okay. I'll look at it later. I don't want to do that dead air thing. We already crossed 650, right? That was like the thing. Make an XRP emoji. Yeah. Okay. Wow. What a day. I feel like I'm exhausted. It's still morning. Let's see what the stock market's doing. There you go. Somebody said support turned resistance. It looks like I got through that resistance. The stock market, the Dow Jones is up 330 points to start the day. NASDAQ up 269, up 1.92%. S&P up 1.12%, up 46 points. Looking over here at markets, Ford killing it, up 7% today, coming off of the Twitter Spaces last night with the CEO of Ford and Elon Musk formulating some type of partnership going on between the two of them. Yield's still up, not buying into it yet that the debt ceiling is going to be cooled off or come to a conclusion yet. However, that does seem to be the rumor swirling out there. Some dude did donate this lady $2,000 and then said, hey, check out Blockchain Backer. I don't know who that was. You rock. That was the big news. And then Bitcoin's kind of holding itself up today. So we've got a green day over here in the cryptocurrency market. But, take a look over here. We don't see any big breakouts happening yet. And even with this move happening here in Bitcoin, we didn't see any price movement actually happen over here in XRP. XRP actually stayed pretty tame through that whole little thing that happened right in there. So nothing happening just yet here with the rest of the market. But it's nice to see we have a green Friday heading into a holiday weekend. So enjoy yourself. What a humbling day. Thank you. What the heck? No. What happened here? More? Yeah, Oscar gave 5, and then Texas Takeover comes in with 5, and then Jack Pate comes in and joins, and then Crypto Dave gives 1. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Texas Takeover. Thank you, Jack Pate. Thank you, Crypto Dave. Eden Sedek says, thank you, BC Backer. May the force be with us. Thank you very much. Leave no green name behind. Yeah, you don't just set record, you crush records. I don't think that's ever, maybe it's happened. 110 in a day. It'd be like a Mr. Beast number or something crazy. Yeah, all right, so we need dingus emojis. We need XRP emojis. Probably need a frog. Like our own frog, So we don't need green charts to have a good time. Yeah, but we're getting them. Thank goodness, right? Kind of another, it's our what have we been, Friday, May 12th. This is our second week now of just chilling in here. We're just trying to make the best of it while we can. And it looks like we're going to get a good finish to enjoy weekend. Maybe everybody's in like that holiday weekend spirit, right? Like everybody's like, yeah, dude, I'm going to hang out. I'm going to barbecue, right? I'm 6'1" and I like barbecue. Shout out BCB the Goat Frog. BCB Worldwide. More Friday frogs. Man, I'll get an XRP tattoo. Let's get to 1,000 likes. We should be getting to 1,000. It is here near the end of the stream. We're wrapping up the day. Oh, there we go. The camera says, here's $2. Review my random alts with financial advice, please. Just kidding. Love you. Thank you. The camera. Supposed to be maybe like samurai. Maybe the C is supposed to be like an S. COK says, it's funny, I am 6'1", and I smoke the heck out of some sausage. There you go. That's okay. Raw, I don't think we're going to get to 1,000 today, but you know what? We broke all other kinds of records today. I think we'll take that one. That's insane. So, all right. Okay. Well, yeah. Kyle Downey asks, all right, so 6'1", makes 500K, but hates Taylor Swift. 5'5", makes 50K, but loves Taylor Swift. I think a chick would take the 6'1" guy with the 500K versus the 5'5K, 5'5" with 50K, regardless of Taylor Swift preferences. Yep. There are some ladies in this chat room. We need to ask them. Here we go. Here we go. Ladies, answer that poll. We'll see what happens. Oh, they take the 5'5"er. The barbecue champ. See? Barbecue is a very important quality. They say that, you know, that extra like 6 inches of height is worth a couple $100,000 in annual salary. So gentlemen, you don't have to make a ton of money, but as you can clearly see, if you're not like a barbecue dude, you don't stand a chance. So get it together. Regardless of height, income, it's all about the barbecue. All right, end poll. All right, guys, that's going to be it. We're going to wrap it up. This has gotten absolutely silly. All right, we're done. I love you guys. Thank you. We broke records. The final number was 110 memberships today, which, you know, I didn't ask for it. You guys are just really kind and appreciate it. I hope that you guys have a wonderful Memorial weekend and that you find something to do with your family or with your friends and just stay safe and enjoy life and, you know, take at least a moment out of the day to appreciate what that actual holiday does stand for. So I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you for being goofy with me and having a good time. It's Friday. Let's enjoy the weekend. I'm hopping off of here and I'm jumping right back to recording videos for the course to try to get this thing done in the next couple of weeks. But I appreciate all of you. I appreciate you as a community hanging out with me and all the support you guys give each other. Thank you very much and supporting me, of course. So, all right, that's it. You know what happened? I've been sitting here walking around talking to myself in that 2019 BCB voice. Like, do you ever need a pick-me-up or a little bit of reassurance? We're not doing it today, though. All right, that's going to be it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you watching. I don't even know my outro. What the heck is my outro? All right, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for watching. If you could, please like this live stream and give it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I create new content and when I go live. As always, this is not investment advice, and I am not a financial advisor. But if you ever need a pick-me-up or a little bit of reassurance, just remember that the blockchain backers got your back. Have a good one.